Hello and welcome to today's video. So I am currently in the kitchen at the dining room table. Today's video is going to be my October TBR. My fridge decided right now to be really loud, so hopefully it doesn't impact the audio of this video. I'll find out when I edit it. In October, the first book I would like to read, listen to, is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I am making my way through this series again, and I just listened to Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and my audiobook ran out, so I'm currently finishing it off just by reading it. So this is the next one that I will be starting in October. Next, I have two nonfiction books. The first one is The 5 Love Languages, and this is very, very small. I've just been slowly reading a few pages at a time. This is about relationships and the 5 love languages, which is, I guess, the 5 ways that someone receives love. So words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch. So, like, someone might feel really loved with words of affirmation, while someone might feel really loved by just having quality time with the other person. So yeah, interested to read this one. Next is one I bought recently, and it's a parenting book. It is The Whole Brain Child, 12 Revolutionary Strategies to Nurture Your Child's Developing Mind. So I'm very interested in this one, and I'll be starting it this upcoming month because it's still September. So I'll be starting this in October, and I'm interested in this one. Once I read some more parenting books, then if you guys want a video all about parenting books, I would love to do that. Okay. After those 3 books, we're getting into all of my Halloween picks. So these are more spookier books. I'm nervous for one of them. That one is The Haunting of Hill House. So this is Nathaniel. He apparently didn't want to nap anymore, or nap at all. He's been up for a while, so he's getting a bit cranky. So he's now joining us for the remainder of this video. And I have to keep my hair out of his face because he doesn't like it. Hi. So as I was saying, the book I am very nervous to read is The Haunting of Hill House. Very nervous to read it. This was one of the books that was included in the September Owl Crate box. And yeah, nervous to read it, but perfect for Halloween. So I'm going to read that. I've been told the TV show is really good, but I'm too scared to watch it. So let's see if I can read the book, and then maybe I'll watch the show. Who knows if I'll actually be able to get through this book. The next one is the second book that was in the Owl Crate September box, and that is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. This one seems really interesting. Let me read it. 17-year-old Rin cares about only 2 things, her family and her family's graveyard. And right now, both are in dire straits. Since the death of her parents, Rin and her siblings have been scraping together a meager existence as gravediggers in the remote village of Colburn, which sits at the foot of a harsh and deadly mountain range that was once home to the Fae. The problem with being gravediggers in Colburn, though, is that the dead don't stay dead. The risen corpses are known as bone houses. The legend says that they're the result of an old curse. When Ellis, an apprentice mapmaker with a mysterious past, arrives in town, the bone houses attack with a new ferocity. What is it that draws them near, and more importantly, how can they be stopped for good? Together, Ellis and Rin embark on a journey that will take them to the heart of the mountains, where they will have to face both the curse and the deeply buried truths about themselves. Equal parts classic horror novel and original fairy tale, The Bone Houses will have you spellbound from the very first page. I honestly don't really like zombies, but you know what? They make for good books. So, interested in this one. I didn't actually read what this was about. Here we go. Forest seekers have arrived at the rambling old pile known as the Hill House. Dr. Montague, an occult scholar looking for solid evidence of psychic phenomena, the Theodora, his lovely and lighthearted assistant, Luke, the adventurous future inheritor of the estate, and Eleanor, a friendless, fragile young woman with a dark past, as they begin to cope with chilling, even horrifying occurrences beyond their control or understanding. They cannot possibly know what lies ahead, for Hill House is gathering its powers, and soon will choose one of them to make its own. Sounds creepy. Next, we have 2 books that have to do with necromancy, and these are books that I've meant to read for so long now, and for some reason haven't picked them up. And one of them, I love her other books, but for some reason I haven't picked it up. So the first one I'm going to show you is Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh. This is such a beautiful cover. I really like it, and it seems really interesting, but for some reason I just haven't picked it up yet. Oh my gosh, I have to do everything one-handed. There we go. Without the dead, she'd be no one. Odessa is one of Carthia's master necromancers, catering to the kingdom's ruling dead. Whenever a noble dies, it is Odessa's job to raise them by retrieving their soul from a dreamy and dangerous shadow world called the Deadlands. But there is a cost to being raised. The dead must remain shrouded. If even a hint of flesh is exposed, a grotesque transformation begins, turning the dead into terrifying, bloodthirsty shades. A dramatic uptick in shade attacks raises suspicion and fears among Odessa's necromancy community. Soon, a crushing loss of one of their own leaves Odessa shattered and reveals a disturbing conspiracy in Carthia. Someone is intentionally creating shades by tearing shrouds from the dead and training them to attack. Odessa is forced to contemplate a terrifying question. What if her magic is the weapon that brings the kingdoms to its knees? Fighting alongside her fellow necromancers and a powerful girl, as enthralling as she is infuriating, Odessa must untangle the gruesome plot to destroy Carthia before the shades take everything she loves. Then, the last book is Give the Dark My Love by Beth Revis. I loved that, wow, I forget what it's called now. The sci-fi trilogy that she did a while ago. Can't remember its name. Oh, it might be in here. Sometimes they have like what other books the author did. I don't know. Anyways, I loved that trilogy by her, and I've been so excited to read this book, but for some reason I haven't picked it up, probably because I have a lot of books I haven't read, so it'll just take me a while to get through the books. So this Halloween season, I would like to read this one. 17-year-old Nedra Bristain. 17-year-old Nedra Bristain leaves her home in the rural northern territories of Lunar Island to attend the prestigious Eugen Academy with only one goal in mind: master the trade of medical alchemy. A scholarship student matriculating with the children of Lunar Island's wealthiest and most powerful families, Nedra doesn't quite fit in with the other kids at Eugen. I'm tired, sorry. Until she meets Greg Astor. Gray is immediately taken by the brilliant and stubborn Nedra, who he notices is especially invested in her studies. And that's for a good reason. The deadly plague has been sweeping through the north, and it's making its way towards the cities. With her family's lives and the lives of all Lunar Island citizens on the line, Nedra is determined to find a cure for the plague. Gray and Nedra grow close, but as the sickness spreads and the body count rises, Nedra becomes desperate to find a cure. Soon she finds herself diving into alchemy's most dangerous practices, and when she turns to the most forbidden practice of all, necromancy, even Gray might not be able to pull her from the darkness. The end. Oh my goodness, my back is hurting from how I'm sitting. So those are all the books I would like to read in October, some spooky ones, and then Harry Potter and some nonfiction. So thank you for watching my October TBR. Comment below if you've read any of these books and also what you're planning on reading this October. So happy Halloween season, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.